Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Well, I am coming to you with a very special video. This is my first video that I am filming from the UK. I recently moved here to be with my husband. We just got married and are settling into new life together. I think I finally got over jet lag and unpacked everything, and now we're just settling into new routines and, exploring places together. So really loving life here so far. Lots to adjust to, but it's been a really lovely time, and I have to show you some of the beautiful cards we've received. But yeah, this isn't about wedding cards. I thought what I would do actually is share the books that I brought with me and kind of explain why I chose the books I did. And then my actual bookcase is coming on Monday. I got a new bookcase from IKEA. It will be in this very corner, and I will share that with you later on in the summer. So here is my temporary holding place for my books. I'm gonna have to ask my husband if he will let me do a bookshelf tour of his books someday, because he has a lot of great ones, a lot of interesting books, and I would love to show you them. But here's what I decided to bring, and I should say I have more in the US. These are just the ones I decided to pack with me for the time being. So starting off strong here. Well, this is some of the sheet music I saved. I didn't save much, but I've got the Lord of the Rings Easy Piano, I think this is, which I've really enjoyed playing in the past. And then I have my New York Review books here, which are very special to me. I have Chess Story by Stefan Zweig, which is a wonderful novella about a man who uses chess to cope with being imprisoned by Nazis. It sounds pretty bleak, but it's actually sort of a inspiring read, I would say. And then we have a couple I've talked about in the not too distant past. The Gate by Natsume Soseki and Malakoi by Henry Bosco, which started the Reading the World Challenge some years ago. So I love both of these books, and I would love to read them again soon. Don't know if I will, but they're very, very precious to me. Love New York Review books. This is another book I would like to reread soon. This was also a Reading the World book, Palace of the Peacock by Wilson Harris. This is a post-colonial rendition of Heart of Dark. Well, I shouldn't say it's a rendition of Heart of Darkness, but it does follow a similar form as Heart of Darkness, taking place on a river, but being post-colonial in perspective. It is told in a very different style and focusing on different figures. I really found it very mysterious and intriguing the first time around, and feel like I need to read it again to understand it better. This is Vertigo by Sebald. I think this was a gift, a Christmas gift or birthday gift. I love the cover design. I did start it, but I have not continued it yet. I need to get back to that now that I have a bit more time on my hands. This is The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea. This is a book my husband bought me a while ago, actually, and again, I have not read it yet. I've not read any Mishima, but I would like to. I mean, one of the great Japanese authors, so that's one of the reasons I bought it, or brought it, I should say. This is kind of like a short list of books here, plus some old favorites. I have Kokoro, Kokoro, which I talked about not too long ago. Love this book, love, love, love. And then we have some like religious books here. On the Incarnation by Athanasius, C.S. Lewis Till We Have Faces, and Why God Makes Sense in a World That Doesn't by Gavin Ortlund, Again, some top favorites of mine. My copy of the Metamorphosis, which I have to look at every single time because I absolutely love the typographic cover art. Very cool. I couldn't leave behind Seven Pillars of Wisdom, not because I plan to read it again soon, but again, it's just one of those very special books in my life. Lost Writings by Kafka, also very special. This is probably the classic that started it all for me. I think I've shown this before in another video, but I haven't talked about it in a while. This is the Wordsworth Classics Jane Eyre. I have another beautiful copy of Jane Eyre, also a gift from my husband. I have it, I think that one might be at home, but I need to bring it over next time I come back. My family said they would also bring things over for me when they visit me, so that's very kind of them. Dracula, Heart of Darkness, some Kierkegaard, Feng Shui Modern. This is a really great little book about interior design, using also some traditional Feng Shui principles. But it leans a bit more into design psychology. Like it's got a mix of tradition, but also design principles. Okay, and so here are two copies of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. This is my childhood copy. I just love this cover art. But then I also have this little one, which is the translation I really like by F.P. Walter. And it's the Macmillan one. Ooh. I can put this back. This is a book I picked up recently. No, I didn't pick it recently. I started reading it recently. A very short introduction to philosophy. I feel like I've picked up a lot of philosophy ideas and things secondhand from people I know. So I'm kind of curious. Will I know everything in here? Probably not. It'll probably just sort of make it more concrete for me, though. Probably recognize all the things in there. I hope I do. And then this is a beautiful copy of Shakespeare's sonnets that my mother-in-law gifted us. Really beautiful. And there's a bunch of random things here at the end. This is, oh yeah. I don't know why I still have DVDs, but I did bring these two DVDs because I think they can play on UK DVD players. Not that we have one, but you know. This is France. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's about this woman who loses her fiance in the war, and somebody comes looking for him, basically. Or rather, comes looking for the family. This mysterious France who claims to have known her ex-fiance, her late fiance, I should say. Really good movie. Amazing movie. And it is shot in black and white, which is cool. It's even though it's a newer film. And then I have Eugene Onegin, the opera. This is almost like, I think this is 11 years old now, maybe 10 years old, because Netrebko and the conductor are Russian. I don't think they sing with the Met Opera anymore due to political reasons. So this happened before that, and I'm really grateful I got to actually see it in theaters when they were still performing in New York. So it's my favorite version of Eugene Onegin, which is one of my favorite books. So there you go. And I have like a random coloring book here and some more sheet music. Jane Austen's World for Piano. I do recommend this, by the way, if you like playing piano and if you enjoy music from the old classic adaptations. This won't have any of the really newer ones in it, but you know, it has like Sense and Sensibility and some of these other ones from the 90s and so on. So yep, that's my inaugural shelf, and there will be more to come, I'm sure. I've been really good not buying books recently, but I don't doubt that will change. I get to explore some new bookshops, and as well, I need to get a library card. That'll be my job for next week. So hope you enjoyed this little peek. I guess you could say this is my favorite books of all time in a way, just because these are the ones I wanted to bring, but also there's books here that I just want to read again soon, and I thought I should bring those. I should bring those first. And really this whole process of moving overseas and having to grapple with the physical realities of printed books has really made me think long and hard about, you know, the number of physical books I own. At least till I get a house. And when I get a house, all bets are off. But it's still good not to have too many, I guess. But at least being able to have a number that you can enjoy, and whether that's 5 or 50 or 500, if you're actually enjoying every single one of them, and you know, they're not just taking up space without being loved and read. I guess the other thing is I always envisioned having like a personal library that I would be willing to lend out to people as well. But then I find myself reading a lot of books that I don't have quite the right people to recommend them to. So anyways, maybe that'll change. We shall see. But thanks for watching, and now that I'm settled in, I'm going to try to make videos every weekend. Don't know if they will actually release every weekend, but I'm going to try. And I will see you next time. I hope you have a good weekend and happy reading.